Hi, my name is Paula Wethington and I'm one of the reporters at the Monroe Evening News in Monroe, Michigan. My best known topic is the family finance beat that we call Monroe on a Budget. I've talked about all kinds of things that deal with family finances, and the most popular topic has been groceries and couponing. So for today's video class, I'm going to talk about grocery shopping on a budget. You will learn how to buy the foods that your family likes to eat and not spend as much money as you might think. So let's get started. Have you seen the magazine and newspaper headlines that claim the cost of groceries can be cut in half by couponing and related money-saving tricks? Yes, I have too. I have several such clippings in my collection. The most extreme example I've seen is a Detroit Free Press article featuring a national coupon expert who hit 91% off her receipt when she was shopping at the Allen Park Meijer. The problem with headlines like that is they set impossible cost-saving goals for those who are already shopping on lean grocery budgets. And yes, that included my family. The feature pieces that look at only one day's cash register receipt also overlook what I consider to be the most important detail, and that is what a family's grocery budget really should be. You'll find that answer by looking at the U.S. Department of Agriculture study called The Cost of Food at Home. Look it up on the internet, as this study will help you determine a realistic grocery budget that is based on the size and demographics of your family. For example, every parent knows that a teenage boy eats more than a grade school girl. Well, this chart makes those adjustments. To calculate your grocery bill in a way that matches the research formula, add up how much you are spending each month at the grocery store or the drugstore on food items. Then, subtract the cost of all the paper products, cleaning supplies, and non-food items that happen to be on those receipts. Then the next step is add back in the cost of any food that you eat out, and that is your monthly cost of food. The reason I suggest you do this comparison with the monthly figures is that your actual grocery spending probably does vary quite a bit from week to week. Now, back to the chart. You may have noticed there are 4 price ranges on the cost of food study. These ranges are based on 4 different diet plans. And you can look up on the USDA website if you want to determine the actual foods that the researchers are using in those case studies. The point I want you to look at is that these diet plans are based on actual retail prices and they're updated every month. As you look at the chart, notice that the thrifty price point is just about half of the liberal price point. So yes, it is possible to cut your grocery costs nearly in half if you are at the top of the range. But if you are already at the bottom of the range, cutting in half is not a realistic goal. Based on what I've noticed in my home and the conversations I've had with other families, thrifty seems to be the tipping point for most people as far as time, effort, and practicality is involved. So, let's talk about how you can get your spending to that level. Before you go shopping, I want you to make a list. Write down the 10 to 15 menu items that your family actually enjoys and will eat and will ask for over and over again. Then write down every ingredient or food purchase that you need in order to prepare that dish or that menu. And do the same thing with the 5 to 10 snacks that are considered mandatory in your house. So this list is going to be very detailed. You will see, for example, lasagna noodles or crunchy peanut butter on this list, or the kid who always wants her Cheerios. Now, it doesn't matter whether you cook from scratch, whether you follow a meatless meal schedule, whether you need to work around allergies in the house, or you rely on quick-serve foods for busy days. I've heard all of these excuses and concerns from people who've taken my grocery class. The concept is the same. You create the pantry and stockpile list that is specific to your family. This list will be the guide as to what you buy when you see foods on sale. It will also be the guide as to which coupons are most value to you. If you want to understand how this concept works, The book I would recommend is by Darla Jaros, Jaros, and it is called The Kitchen Assistant. You will find her book at many libraries in Southeast Michigan, as she has given classes across the area. The story is this. When Darla was a single mom, she fine-tuned her menu planning to a specific list of family favorites. So there was never a question as to what would be served for dinner on any given night, and never a question for her as to what food she needed to buy in order to make that menu plan work. Then, because she had a plan, she bought those foods as cheaply as possible. Here's the next concept, which is called price booking. If you want the lowest prices on your grocery bill, you will do this either to some extent, or you will follow a coupon blogger or a website whose shopping lists are based on price booking techniques. Because you are watching the sales prices and the actual prices, then you're going to know when that sale really is a sale and when you can just pass. The idea of a price book is that you track actual retail prices on specific items, and you do this on a week-to-week basis. You will get that information from the weekly sales flyers, the cash register receipts, or an inspection of the retail shelf prices. When you notice prices on an item from your family's pantry list that you have already put together, that these prices are on the low side as compared to recent weeks, or in comparison to the competitor down the street, that is when to time your purchases. This method works particularly well on fresh groceries such as meat and produce that may not necessarily be traditional coupon specials. Years ago, the savvy shoppers kept these notes in spiral notebooks, and that's where the name price book came from. You can adapt this to an index card system, or you can use it in a spreadsheet in your computer or your iPad, as has been shown on the TV show Extreme Couponing. Now, while price booking is an extremely effective technique, it can be time-consuming, and especially if you track more than one store. That's why I suggest you price book only the items that your family will purchase and use the most. Even if you don't keep a detailed price book, and I admit I don't, then know what prices you are willing to pay for specific items. If the cost seems high for a purchase that can wait, hold off and see if you can make that purchase for a lower price on another day. And yes, that means you will probably be buying some purchases a little bit ahead of when you actually need them. Now, let's talk about couponing. Shoppers will not find as many crazy coupon deals now as was possible about the time that the TV show Extreme Couponing premiered. The year 2010, when that show started, was actually a record year for coupon distribution according to industry reports. The total number of coupons issued actually has dropped a little bit since that time. The product mix has shifted somewhat, and some stores have also changed their coupon policies. But don't dismiss coupons entirely. They can still help cut your grocery and drugstore costs, and noticeably so. The first step is to build a coupon collection. Yes, that likely will include the Sunday papers. And most people laugh when I say that because they know I work at a newspaper. But even the coupon industry itself is reporting that the majority of consumer coupons are still distributed through the freestanding inserts that we know as the Sunday coupon books. The complications that rookies often don't realize include the fact that coupon inserts are distributed by zip code or delivery district. And the distribution area will depend on the goal of that specific marketing campaign. Couponers such as myself, who live along the Ohio-Michigan border, have noticed huge differences between the newspaper inserts in both states. It is also worth noting that home delivery subscribers have priority over the single copy customers should the coupon book numbers be shorted as compared to the press run. And I've heard some people complain about that, but think about it. It's only fair that those who order their newspapers in advance would have the priority if there's an error like that. As a result, though, If you live in a community that is served by more than one newspaper, I suggest you do some experimenting over a period of about 4 to 6 weeks. In addition to watching the coupon counts, pay attention to the mix of grocery and drugstore ads in each paper to see which ones match up to the stores where you actually shop. Do remember that these grocery ads could be inserted any day of the week, depending on what the advertiser wants. They're not all in the Sunday paper. If you would like additional coupons beyond that point, here are some good suggestions. You can buy extra papers, but do this within reason. Based on what other couponers and I have noticed, one newspaper per household member is a reasonable and good ratio. The typical family really does not need a stack of 10 newspapers to get the most out of couponing. You can ask a friend who gets the paper but doesn't bother with the coupons if you can have her coupon books. I would suggest you look at some of the women's magazines because some of them have small coupon inserts and some of them have really good coupons included in their advertising. You can swap coupons with your friends and family. This is a trick that I use myself. This works really well when the participants have different family needs or food preferences. If I don't have a child in my house, I don't need the diaper coupons, but someone else does. You can participate in a coupon swap box. I have seen them in Southeast Michigan at various places, including libraries, schools, and churches. If a swap box is made available, please volunteer your time to help keep it organized and get the old expired coupons out. We can't use them in our stores in Southeast Michigan. You can shop with the shopper cards at your favorite stores. This will give you access to the digital coupon programs, or you can earn coupons toward a future purchase, and this does happen at the drugstores. You can also add to your coupon collection with the coupon printable sites. There are several very good ones out there. One that you might want to look at is couponmom.com. So now that you're collecting all these coupons, how do you organize them? I use the coupon box method. This was the very typical method 20 to 30 years ago when I was couponing and when my mother was. A box system is great for beginners because it is very inexpensive to start up. All you need is a small box with index cards or paper to use as dividers. You can divide them out by category, and other people divide them out by expiration date. You can also find plastic packets in the dollar store bins that work really well for this. The other method you can use, it's become very popular in recent years, is called the coupon binder method. Shoppers who use this system tell me they like it because it is easy for them to find the coupons they are looking for. But do keep in mind you've got an entire big binder that you're going to be carrying around in the store to do it. The other disadvantage with the binder system is that this will cost $15 to $30 to set up, especially because these pocket-style sheet protectors really are not cheap. The sample binder that I show at classes was made with leftover office supplies. But regardless of how you organize your coupons, here is one key tip. Do not keep the coupons you won't use. They're just clutter. Someone else may be able to use that coupon. Send it to another couponer, send it to the swap box. Last resort, you know where the recycle bin is. The detail that takes couponing into effective couponing, and for some into extreme couponing, is to leverage that coupon to the maximum possible savings when it comes to your grocery bill. To do that, you need to know your store's coupon acceptance policy. Most stores will post that information on their websites. Some stores will list it in their sales flyers. Unfortunately, some stores have different rules in different cities, and you may need to stop by the customer service desk at each one of those stores to find out what the coupon rules are for that city. But this is what you will learn once you get your hands on that policy. Will a coupon be doubled into what value? Is there a limit on number of identical or double coupons per transaction? Will internet printables be accepted? Can you stack both a manufacturer coupon and a store coupon toward purchase of one item? Do you need a shopper card to get the best deals? Is price matching possible? All these answers can be found in that coupon policy. This is the secret to how coupon bloggers and coupon websites are creating their shopping list recommendations. They track what coupons are in circulation for the cities they report on. They know the store's coupon policies, and they put it all together for you. It takes far more effort than blog readers might realize to build those weekly shopping lists and maintain a website. And it is a rare occasion when a blogger can make a profit beyond the expenses of running her site. As a result, you might find that no one is reporting on your favorite store or your favorite city, or that the only available services for coupon matching are paid subscription services. Don't panic. Now you know how this works. You can do it on your own. Now that you understand how to buy groceries and drugstore items at the best possible prices, you might wonder what to do with all those extra purchases. There's no need to take over the garage or the basement with your groceries, as you might have seen on TV. Most food purchases really should be limited to a 3-month supply. This includes both what you will be used at your house and in with your family, and what you expect to contribute to any food pantry drives during the next 3 months. The reason is this: you need only enough stockpile of any given item to get to the next sale. And while there isn't an exact science on when specific items go on sale, supermarket experts do say that most items will go on sale or discount at least once a quarter. A similar caution applies to food acquisitions from harvest or hunting seasons. Do not freeze, can, or store more than your family will actually eat until the next season comes around. Now I'm going to give some tips to those who are on public assistance. WIC is the Women, Infant, Children program, in which low-income families with pregnant or nursing women or young children can get free groceries from a range of specific foods. Did you know that store promotions and coupons can be used with WIC purchases? Yes, they can. That information is specifically spelled out on the Michigan WIC program flyer. Now here is an example. One of the promotions we see on occasion in the Monroe area involves a free gallon of milk with the purchase of 4 boxes of cereal or 4 boxes of granola bars. The WIC customer could pick out 4 boxes of cereal that fit the WIC rules, and then the milk purchase is therefore free. Another example involves the coupons I have seen on occasion that include $1 off fresh fruit with the purchase of 2 or 3 boxes of cereal. And you certainly want to look for supermarket deals and coupons for the groceries that WIC won't buy. In addition, a class called Shopping Matters is available to WIC families in Monroe and in some other communities across the country. Shopping Matters explains how to use both WIC groceries and regular groceries to create menus that are both budget-friendly and kid-friendly. I have tagged along on a Shopping Matters tour, and the families seem to appreciate the ideas and tips that were provided. Those of you who receive food stamps will have even more incentive to use coupons and store promotions to lower the upfront cost. The goal is to get as much food as you can for those food stamps, because the allotment might not last the entire month on its own. In addition to supermarket specials and coupons, there is a farmers market program in Michigan meant specifically for food stamps customers. It's called Double Up Food Bucks. If your farmers market participates, and about 100 markets are doing so in 2013, you can get twice the amount of produce for the money that you spend on Michigan Bridge Card. And another tip, it is possible to use food stamps towards the purchase of plants and seeds that are meant to grow food. If you have questions on what I discussed in this video class, I have articles and links discussing many of these details in the archives of my blog. Go to www.monroeonabudget.com. This video class has been a special production of the Monroe Evening News and Monroe on a Budget.